Come and join me on my 70-mile ride out to Warwickshire and the Cotswolds. Today we're tackling the highest climb in Warwickshire, which is Larkstoke Hill, and also in the Cotswolds we're going to be tackling Dover's Hill and Saintbury. Well, this ain't ideal. My power meter's decided it doesn't want to work today. Don't know why. Seems to be reading the cadence but not the power, which has happened before. It's normally where it's like the battery needs changing, so I'm not too worried. But whilst we was at Larkstoke and the other two, my effort, I was going to very much be concentrating on power. So the plan for going up Larkstoke was to average 400 watts plus for the first five minutes, with the idea of trying to replicate the power which I'm going to need going up Bamford Clough. Which, yeah, this climb may not be as steep as it, but it's still fairly steep, and I was going to be going into a blocked headwind as well, so it's going to be tough. But that's not going to be an option of reading my power, so it's just going to be full max effort doing it. I feel the legs are still going to get the same response, so don't need to worry too much. How lush is that? How lush is that sun today? Beautiful. But it's not supposed to be here all day. From about 12 o'clock onwards there's the forecast of showers, so I'm hoping I'm either home or, more realistically, not too far away from home before it really starts belting it down. But I have got my rain jacket with me just in case. Not doing my mistake of what I did in Newport and Bristol the other day of, oh no, I'll be fine, and having no rain jacket riding through a thunderstorm. That was not clever. We are halfway to Larkstoke, probably about another hour away. And here we are, we're at the bottom of Larkstoke Hill. So the stats of this climb, it's 1.25 miles long, that's 2 kilometers. Like I said, it's the highest road in Warwickshire at 852 feet. It's not like Warwickshire's like the hilliest place in the world, but this is still a decent lump. Average is 7% with a max 15%. And I'm going to be going straight into a blocked headwind of 10 to 15 miles per hour. So that is not going to help at all. My previous best time was 12 minutes and 41 seconds. I want to ideally try and get 10.5 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes. That's my aim. If I get close to that, I can't be too far off the power I was after, but I've got no way of exactly proving it. But oh well. Right, let's get after it. Right, here we go, Larkstoke. That first bit looks steep up there, that right bend. Ah! Oh, this hurts. About 10% in a minute, but that head's gonna kick up. Gotta keep on top of the effort. Little downhill bit here, then straight back into it in the big ring for now. We've been going for 4 minutes. The Wahoo is predicting a 10-minute 30 finish. Come on. Oh, this one drags. It's supposed to mellow off now to the summit. My God. 7 minutes in, half a mile left. About 5% now. a lot more mellow. Can I make this sub 10? Got 40 seconds to do it. 9 minutes and 58 seconds. Oh, that hurt. That headwind made things a lot harder than it already was. Not a bad view up here though. Looking over there. Especially on a nice clear day like today. Beautiful. Right, next stop, Dover's Hill. That's something like 2 miles down the road, so not too far. Forgot to say, now we are officially in the Cotswolds. Right, so we're at the bottom of Dover's Hill, which is 1.1 miles long. That's 1.8 kilometers. The summit is 735 feet, that's 224 meters. It averages 10% and max is 14%. From my previous attempt in 2022, when I did it in 10 minutes and 59 seconds, what I remember is, as soon as you're under the trees, it mainly just stays at 10% the whole way. See if we can get sub 10 and get as close to 9 minutes as possible. Let's get after it. Right, here we are, Dover's Hill. Let's get after it. And I forgot to say as well, this is into a headwind as well, but hopefully the trees, once we're in them, will block it. There we go, can I start kicking up now? Two-thirds of a mile left. We've been going for 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Yeah, it's just hovering around 10%. Kind of how I remember it. That's 5 minutes, and we've got half a mile left. Oh, can feel that headwind again. A bit more exposed here. My old Wahoo has lost the segment, so I don't know my official time. Oh yeah. Nearly there. Yeah, getting there. Heart rate's just under 180. It's still around 11%. Just been able to shift down a gear or two. Got a bit faster to finish. Oh. Just make sure we pass the segment. Oh. Can't tell for certain. But, oh. I'm pretty sure I've gone sub 10 minutes, but I won't know until I get back home. You'll know, it's here, what time I've got. The idea of these two climbs is, yes, the first one I did full gas, the idea of working towards Bamford Clough, but this one and the next one, Saintbury, the idea is after we've done Ffordd, Lech and Bamford Clough, my next task is I want to start trying to do a bit of bike packing using the YHAs, travelling around the country and enjoying hills which I can't normally get to in a day by a train and get home the same day, like the North Yorkshire moors for example, and some of them in the Yorkshire Dales as well, and the North Pennines. Yeah, start doing back-to-back climbs, and instead of just getting up them like I used to do and just plodding along, putting a bit of gas into it to help prepare for the repeated efforts of a couple of days on the hills. And also there's a bit of mileage in this as well. There's 73 miles, which we are currently 38 miles into, so we're over half of the mileage for today. Anyway, at the top of Dover's Hill there is a viewing point which is looked after by the National Trust, so we'll go have a look at that now. Show you, I've been here before, it's stunning. Sheep on the fields. Hello there. Not a bad view at all. I'm very much late to the party, considering I've been riding my bike for 10 years. It's only this week I started using some gels. I've got orange flavour, I've tried a few of the different flavours when we was at the Tour of Britain as well. I was happy with them, especially the apple. The apple one was very nice. If you want to get yourself some SIS gels, if you're a British cycling member like myself, you get 15% off your order from SIS. I've also been told as well, if you are an SIS member directly, you can also stack the British cycling discount on top to get an even bigger discount. And British Cycling also offer discounts for all kinds of things, be it parts from new bikes, components, kit, nutrition. There's even discounts on some holidays as well, I saw. So if you want to check all that out and see the hundreds of discounts you can get, there'll be a link in the description. It's less than a mile down the road to the next climb. Right, so Saintbury Stats, 1.5 miles long, that's 2.4 kilometers. The summit height 811 feet. That is higher than Larkstoke, but we're not in Warwickshire no more, we're now in Gloucestershire. Also, that's 264 meters, averages 7% and has a max gradient of 18%. Previous time up here was 15 minutes and 29 seconds back in 22. I reckon if the Wahoo stays on, I'm going to be aiming for around between 13 and 13.5 minutes. That's what I'm going to be aiming for. There we go. Saintbury. Get in between these trees, get away from that wind. Legs starting to feel it after the last two efforts. That looks draggy up there, and also I can see a few spots of rain. We're getting close to the easy middle bit, but it ramps up again towards the end. This tree shelter is very much welcomed and needed, as we're struggling to get anywhere near my targeted time at the minute. We've been going for 8 minutes 40, half a mile to go, we're 2/3 in. Oh. So touch and go, getting sub 13.5. In the big ring now, sprint to the finish. Come on, come on, come on. 13 minutes and 12 seconds. Oh, oh. Bit of shelter in these trees. That flat finish, so I could go in the big dog to get over the finish line fast. That was crucial to getting really close to 13 minutes. That last bit going up after the easy-ish middle third, that stung. It's not as steep as the bit at the beginning, but with the fatigue already in your legs, it bites a lot. The nice weather we had has gone, but you can see in the distance it's a bit brighter, so hopefully this just passes over. It's not too long. But I've now got what, we're 42 miles in, so that gives me 31 miles to get home. Shouldn't be too bad, especially now I think I've got a cross tailwind going home to get a bit of help going back home, and hopefully this clears quickly. I'm gonna have a quick bar and another gel before heading off. I think the jacket's gonna have to come out. Oh well, at least I've got it this time. compared to last week going from Newport to Bristol. So I very much needed it then and didn't have it. Not going to zip it though, still a bit too warm for that. Not too heavy. So look at that sky behind me and look at the sky in front of me. Well, that looks a lot more promising. Hopefully a lot more of that than that. Not going to take my jacket off just yet, but things are looking promising, but it may come off fairly soon. We're in the county of Worcestershire now. Third county today. It's going to Warwickshire, Worcestershire, Gloucestershire. I suppose Birmingham's part of the West Midlands, so yeah, 4 counties today. There we go. Jacket off, changed. And we've got a nice tailwind at the moment, pushing us home. What more could you want? Oh, and the sun's out. Back in Warwickshire. Nice around here. There's lots of bridges going over that River Avon. A lot of very pretty bridges. A lot of very pretty bridges as well. Make it very scenic. That bridge less so pretty. Time for Birmingham. We're well on the way home. So I've really enjoyed today's ride. Really pleased with 3 new personal bests. I know I can't tell you what power I've done, and that would have helped with confidence for Bamford Clough, but I know I'm getting stronger. Is it going to be enough? That's why, instead of doing it as soon as possible, I've delayed it until the end of September, because I'm really nervous about it. I do Ffordd Lech. I'm pretty confident I can do that one now, so I'm not too worried. And that will be not next week, the week after. And the week after that, that is the idea where we'll be doing Bamford Clough. But time will tell. If I can't do it, I'll have to continue training, go again next year, and hopefully then it'll be 4th time lucky. But I'm hoping 3rd time lucky this time, get it ticked off, and never have to return to that one again. It's absolutely brutal. If you don't know about Bamford Clough, it's got claim to the steepest road in the world, same as Ffordd Lech. Ffordd Lech is 37.5% the max gradient. Bamford Clough has a max gradient of 36.5%. It's both insanity, but Bamford Clough is longer and steeper for longer. That's why I'm more worried about that one. If you've enjoyed today's vlog, why not like and subscribe and watch another one? Any of these selection here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Up another climb, 2 wheels. Just got in and this has started. Talk about perfect timing getting back.